So we wanted to talk a little bit about how to think about learning. And there are a number of issues involved in thinking about learning. A lot of people talk about going to class, but dancers talk about taking with the teacher. And what that means is a lot of time, for our students, many times, many of them will come for years to what we call our beginning class. And the reason is that it's not only about learning the beginning steps, it's about learning how to take those steps and what it is you need in order to make them really beautiful. And for that, a lot of times, a teacher will be teaching, and it requires that you find an excellent teacher, but then they'll be teaching just what the steps are to people who are barely beginning, and the more advanced people need to understand to pay attention to the subtleties of how the teacher moves, even if the teacher's not talking about that. So instead of thinking, oh, I know that step, and talking to your neighbor, think, oh, he rolls off of the back of his foot and transfers his weight through his center in this particular way. Or think, oh, now I understand the very slight angling of his body as he moves forward.
And really, that's incredibly common, that you'll get students who know a certain step. And don't ever be that student.
So
don't ever know.
The knowing is never done. There's always, if you're working with somebody outstanding enough, there's always more you can learn about how they move if you go proactive and take from the teacher rather than having the teacher only teach you.
And so if you have an opportunity, sometimes they'll demonstrate something and maybe there'll be a mirror there and you can do it behind them, and then you can watch your body and their body at the same time, and you can say, how's my body different and
that's
why?
Really good. And we have students who do that.
Yeah, and it's very useful. A different thought. Eventually there does come a time when you're really happy with your dance. And you're like, man, I rock. But regardless, even if you're not to that point, or even if you're past that point, still you should be able to enjoy the process. So the process of studying and of working. And
I think we say that there are many things about every art that are the same, and that each of us chooses our art the way we've chosen dance because of how we experience the process. So the process is the process of getting better. This is part of the joy of the dance as an art for us.
And so oftentimes I'll see people, and it shows up in different ways. There's one type of person who genuinely wants to get better, but doesn't know how to think about getting better.
Right.
And so for this type of person, it's the continual working and emulating and paying attention to detail, while at the same time not being too tight about it or too tense. There is such a thing as trying too hard. So you want to try, but with an open and free mind, so the information can just filter in whatever information comes. A different type of person is the type of person who really isn't even that interested in getting better. And some of them will say, oh yeah, I really want to get better. But when you watch what they do, they don't. They don't want, oh yeah, I really want to get better. But do they study? No. Do they take class? No. Do they videotape themselves? No. And so, if you really want to get better, and I hope you do, and it's okay if you don't, that's fine too actually, make sure that you put yourself in a place where you're open to the feedback. Because oftentimes we'll get defensive, or we'll stop listening, or we'll say, oh, well, that doesn't interest me. But you're there. You might as well take the most of it. You're there.
Do we speak here about the teacher's responsibility in terms of giving feedback or not?
Sure.
So I have this very strong belief that it's as important for any dancer to understand what they do that's good as what they do that they need to improve. And I think that it's almost a moral issue that the teacher give the things that they need to improve in a way that does not allow the student or make the student feel defensive. So yes, it's on the student. How do you think about getting better? You think about you and the teacher are both on the same side of the fence with the same goal, which is to make you a beautiful dancer. But I also think that it's a part of the responsibility of the teacher to present the corrections in a way that is easy to digest for the student.
I think something that's really profound, which we see in a few of our students who tend to learn tremendously, is that they don't take it personally. It's not about their ego. It's not about, oh, I want to impress the teacher. It's not about, oh, she's cute. It's just about the information and the dance and the constant working. And so the more you can make it not more, the more you can make it about only this, where all that other crap, forgive my language, goes away, the more pure and rich the learning will be.